is at the heart of Yatta constituency, within the Ndalani ward of Machakos County, a remarkable area where one philanthropist fell in love with after his relocation from Eldoret. The semi-arid area drew the attention of Professor Charles Mully, who is celebrated abroad for his remarkable charity work at the Mully Children's Family. This seemingly improbable destination is a semi-arid region characterized by dusty roads that typically betray the presence of lush vegetation. However, upon closer inspection, one is struck by the sight of thriving trees, flourishing crops, and well-tended plantations. This leaves observers pondering the secret behind such prosperity in an area known for its scarcity of rainfall.
Global good agricultural practice has been adhered to in the sense that the water is analyzed by one of the best lab in Kenya, that is CropNut. The soil is well analyzed also by CropNut. Manure that is used in MCA farms is analyzed by CropNut. And crops, when in MCA farms, we don't use any fertilizers because fertilizers destroy the soil. We also do not use chemicals because chemicals kill the natural enemies. Chemicals are also harmful to human beings, and when digested, they have adverse effects. That's why we have cancers.
Professor Mully's arrival marked the commencement of a transformative journey wherein he orchestrated the development of this entire locale. He introduced sophisticated irrigation systems to bolster food production, which has filled the gap of sufficient food production to more than 500 residents and schools within Ndalani and Yata. This has been efficient in preventing diseases through good nutrition and diet to both children and adults, and that helps the government achieve its SDGs under SDG 2, which aims to end hunger, achieve food security, and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. Professor Mully has ensured that he is also addressing underlying structural problems tied with poverty, lack of access to education, employment and healthcare, climate change, water, and resource scarcity.
We just completed giving food to all the schools around here, over 39 schools that received free food for a complete month, and therefore we feel it is now a good time to share the food with the parents of many children, men and women, those who cannot afford to have and to buy. Just something special for Christmas.
Mimi niliona watu kawa wanakimbia. Mimi nikawauliza nini naendelea, wakaniambia huko kwa kina nani Modi. Kila 23 ya mwezi wa mwaka huwa tunakujianga chakula huko. Sasa hii ndio mara ya 4 kujia huko. Mahali watoto wangu wanasomea, tulipelekewa chakula mara ngapi? 2. Na tunatarajia hii mwaka ijayo bado mambo itakuwa hivyo hivyo tu.
Kupata unga, kapata unga wa ngano, mahindi, hata mboga ninayo vile vile.
Sasa tumefurahia sana. Hatukuwa tunatarajia kama tunaweza kupata kitu kama hiyo. Kwa hivyo tuko wengi, lakini tumepata, kila mtu amepata. Tunaendelea bado kugawa na hapo wanaendelea kukuja. Kwa hivyo tumeshukuru sana.
He implemented water catchment facilities, including dams, to alleviate the impact of drought, ensuring the community's survival during harsh times. Aided by Mully Children's Family Water Distribution Tank, which travels from door to door in supply of water for drinking and cooking, Mully has ensured eradication of diseases such as cholera that would easily spread due to lack of sanitation.
I landed into this place when it was really dry, and for 7 years there was no rain, and most of the people were fleeing from this because they were dying due to a lack of food, and it was really throughout, hot. And myself, I saw the river. That's the river, which is very close here, just a few meters from here. I felt like, given water, and then with my mind and the experience in agriculture, and what I knew that with water is you have life, and therefore I brought over 500 children from Eldoret in the year 1993-94, and then to this place, and we started from nowhere. In fact, the first time, some of these children, they were sleeping under the trees and learning under the trees, because we were afraid of being able to get either killed by the people there.
This journey represents a collective effort by the Mully children family to usher in the desired transformation, and Dr. Mully, who unknowingly practiced carbon credit through planting trees that ensure clean air and mitigating air pollution by producing more than 1 million tree seedlings every year through extensive Mully tree project and rehabilitating degraded lands. These endeavors collectively address crucial issues, including employment of the local communities who work in the farms for cultivation to harvesting process as a way of eliminating levels of unemployment in the region. In the face of global challenges posed by climate change, it is essential to recognize its severe implications for sustainable development. Studies underscore that a staggering 90% of all natural disasters worldwide are directly linked to severe weather patterns and extreme climatic events. Most of the Mully Children's Families project are strategically situated in arid and semi-arid regions that are particularly vulnerable to the adverse consequences of climate change. In response, they have implemented a dedicated program focused on both mitigating and adapting to climate change. The extensive afforestation efforts have yielded a microclimate unique to the region, thanks to the growth of these trees.
We make some little terraces and bring the soil on one place and then allow the water in a shallow furrow. And this is also very important for the people in our country and in this Machakos County to understand how to keep the earth clean in terms of making the best practice in agriculture, and also soil erosion, preventing soil erosion.
We're using trees to educate young people and the community to adopt a tree, where Daddy Mully changed the conversation from planting a tree, because he discovered that planting a tree is something that people do ceremoniously. Because when we have an event, then we say, okay, we are going to do a tree because maybe the DC came, someone important from the government or from an organization has come, so we are planting a tree. But who cares whether that tree survives? So he said, now we're going to start to grow trees. And how do you do that? It is right away from the seed, from propagating the seed, then allowing that seed to grow to a seedling, and then taking that seedling to the actual field where it will be nurtured and be able to grow into a mature tree. Because we are in a semi-desert, a semi-arid region, where we are receiving minimal rainfall, actually an annual rainfall of about 750 millimeters annually. Then he said, how are we going to survive? Through several trials, then he came up with what now we call the Mully model of planting trees in a semi-desert region. This is where you are doing a 3 feet hole, 3 feet wide, and 3 feet deep. And this one now allows you to fill the hole halfway with the topsoil mixed with well-decomposed manure.
The Mully children family has taken the initiative to plant and distribute more than 5 million trees across their project sites, neighboring communities, and institutions. Their environmental initiatives also encompass soil and water conservation, with an emphasis on preserving indigenous trees and their natural habitats. Remarkably, Ndalani and Yatta, two locations where tree planting has been ongoing for several years, now exhibit a microclimate that serves as a testament to the potential of combating the adverse effects of climate change within their communities.
The same technology of doing trees through the Mully model, now it allows now communities to be able to build their own source of fuel in terms of the trees they grow in the household. Because of the kind of trees that the Mully have chosen, they can harvest the branches for firewood. That means you have a live bank. So what we are encouraging is like, if you grow a tree, there is that aspect like you are not growing this tree for 1 year, but that tree should be able to continue supplying you with the firewood which you need for cooking. Should you be doing agriculture like what we have seen in our farm, then from mature trees you harvest the branches to provide for you with the sticks that you use for staking your tomatoes, for example, or any other crop that needs that kind of support. And through that, you are able to cut down the cost of actually being able to do your agriculture, and even being able to have shades where you can gather as a family in the homesteads, you can gather as families or communities at school.
In collaboration with local communities and organizations, the Mully children family produces and supplies thousands of tree seedlings to various regions across the country.
20 million trees that we have planted. This is from the year 2004. We've been doing trees all the year, all the time. But even before that, 1997, in MCF Ndalani, that Mully was bringing tree seedlings from Eldoret, trying to see which one can survive. Goats could eat, community would destroy them, and sometimes the kids could allow them to die. But he kept on the conversation and encouraging and doing it. And today, we have been able to achieve that. Our tree nursery, which you see here, we are propagating a target of 1 million tree seedlings annually. We do it in phases. About 300 tree seedlings, then we move to the next one. Like if you walked around, you see some trees have been taken out to the field for planting, because now we are heading to the rust phase where we clear all this and then we start doing a new crop, a new plant of trees.
Their goal is to enhance water harvesting, storage, utilization, and watershed conservation, thus improving livelihoods in the area and its surroundings. Priority initiatives encompass constructing and maintaining water dams, implementing rooftop rainwater harvesting systems, establishing water purification plants, and drilling water boreholes.
Ni vizuri mkulima yote mwenye anatengeneza boo lake kwanza elewe mchanga ni wa aina gani. Kama ni mchanga wenye si clay soil, ni lazima uweke dam liner yako. Pia gata zako angalia vizuri zisikuwe na leakage. Angalia kulingana na mahali ambapo uko. Kama plastic ni plastiki ina gani, inaweza chomwa na jua na isikusaidie kwa muda mrefu. Kwa hivyo pia mahali hawa wakulima wanapata hivyo vifaa vya water harvesting, hiyo ni kitu ya maana sana.
The Mully children family is committed to advancing the sustainable production, utilization, and management of renewable energy for institutional, domestic, and processing purposes in Kenya. Their mission extends to strengthening the institution's sustainability in meeting its energy needs and facilitating access to clean and affordable green energy sources for impoverished households in neighboring communities. This multifaceted approach underscores their dedication to holistic development and environmental stewardship.